Why being different is truly frowned upon. The tavern arrives quietly beneath a sky that never fully darkens. It settles between narrow cobbled streets and steep roofed buildings, lantern light glowing against stone older than most empires. Tonight, the Wandering Tavern rests in Viljandi, Estonia, a town shaped by lakes, long winters, and a quiet kind of resilience that does not announce itself loudly. The air outside smells faintly of pine and cold water. Inside, the fire burns steady. The cat is already perched near the hearth, tail wrapped neatly around his paws, observing the room with the judgment of someone who has seen many human mistakes. Alex adjusts a lantern near the window, glancing out at the old castle ruins in the distance. I stepped forward as the door opens. Welcome, I say gently. You've found the Wandering Tavern. I rest one hand against the bar. My name is Lion. I meet the traveler's eyes, and before we speak of heavy things, what is your name? She hesitates before removing her scarf. Anu, she says quietly. Anu, I repeat, steady and warm. My friend, you are welcome here. The cat opens one eye, studies her briefly, then resumes pretending not to care. Alex places a mug before her, something warm and simple. Anu keeps her hands wrapped around it as though unsure she deserves the heat. I don't understand, she says softly. I try to be kind. I try not to hurt people. But the more I allow myself to be different, the colder people become. She looks up at me. Why is being different so uncomfortable for everyone? I do not rush to soften it. Because difference disrupts comfort, I say gently. Anu frowns slightly. Most communities, I continue, are built on shared understanding, shared habits, shared assumptions. When someone steps outside those patterns, it forces everyone else to notice the patterns exist. The fire crackles softly, and that, I say, can feel threatening. Alex pauses his polishing, listening. Not because you are wrong, I clarify, but because you remind others they chose their path. My friend, let me tell you a story. Long ago, in a northern valley much like this one, there grew a field of white winter flowers. They all bloomed the same, low to the ground, petals small and pale. One year a single flower bloomed taller. Its petals were not white, but faintly blue. It did not mean to be different. It simply grew the way it was meant to. The other flowers whispered, "It will attract predators. It makes us look strange. It thinks it is better." But the blue flower did not grow taller out of pride. It grew because that was its nature. I lean a little closer. When the long winter deepened and snow buried the field, the blue flower's height allowed it to catch more light. And in spring, it was the first to bloom again, not because it rejected the field, I say softly, but because it never tried to shrink. Anu stares into the fire, so they push away what reminds them that they could have chosen differently, huh? Sometimes, I say gently, difference forces reflection, and reflection feels uncomfortable. The cat rises and walks slowly past her boots, brushing against them once before returning to the hearth. A small, wordless acknowledgement. There is another truth, though, I continue. Groups survive through predictability. When someone breaks the pattern through creativity, belief, identity, or ambition, it introduces uncertainty. And uncertainty, I say softly, feels like risk. Anu spoke softly, so it's easier to reject the different one than to question the pattern. Yes, it truly is. Every community offers belonging, I say, but sometimes it asks for sameness in return. And the cost of full belonging, I add carefully, can be partial disappearance. Alex sets another log on the fire. You can blend in, I continue, and feel safer. Or you can remain visible and feel real. The room grows quiet. I'm tired of shrinking, Anu whispers. I nod. Shrinking is exhausting. Here is what many never realize, I say. Every culture that thrives was once shaped by someone different. The one who questioned, the one who created, the one who refused to conform. Difference feels threatening in the moment, I continue, but it is often what prevents stagnation. I lean back slightly. If everyone in Viljandi built the same house, thought the same thought, and feared the same fear, nothing new would ever grow. Anu's shoulders lowered just slightly. You are not responsible, I say gently, for making others comfortable with your existence. You are responsible only for living it honestly. If you've ever felt too different, too strange, too much, you're not alone. Subscribe if you'd like more conversations like this. Spaces where difference isn't something to fix, but something to understand. You do not have to shrink to deserve warmth. Anu finishes her drink slowly. She does not look transformed, but she does look steadier. The cat curls beside the hearth, tail flicking once as if approving the decision not to disappear. Alex opens the door for her quietly. Outside, the cold Estonian night feels less sharp than before. She steps into it, not smaller, just herself. And tonight, that is enough. My friend, the lanterns will remain lit and the fire will be warm, even when the door closes behind you. Return whenever the road feels heavy or when your heart seeks quiet company. Carry what serves you, leave the rest by the hearth, and know that this place and these words will wait patiently for you. Until then, travel gently and let the night watch over you.